You are honorably welcome to this program, Ehilis Talk Show. God be praised. Vivid View.
Say and do.
Expect the best. Say something, somebody.
My name is Daniel. From my own point of view, regarding the word expect the best, it means to anticipate the best outcome from whatever effort that has been put into place or into measure for a particular achievement, or in other words, to be positive minded towards that same set thing. Thank you.
My name is Alison Theophilus. Expecting the best simply means not allowing negative thoughts distract you from your original plan.
Thank you so much for the brilliant answers given. Expect the best is direct. It's actually supposed to be self-explanatory. But however, I also want to make a little comment to what they have already said. You expect the best in almost in every field in life. You anticipate the best. Whatever you really want to do. Is it in the home? Is it in the office? Is it that means at your workplace? Is it even in school, your academics? You should expect the best. Is it in government parastatals? Expect the best. And when we do this, you give out also your best in doing so. So that is what I understand or make out from that. We'll go straight to the discussion for today. Truth be told, it is wisdom that while we expect the best, we should endeavor to also be the best, because you can't give what you don't have. So you must be the best before you also expect the best. The law and policing, pros and cons, is the topic for consideration today. It is time for a break, and when we come back, the guests will be introduced. Please stay tuned. Vivid View.
Say and do.
Welcome. In case you're just joining us, the topic again is the law and policing, pros and cons. And with me in the studio is a lawyer by profession. Let's make welcome Barrister Isaac Ugonna.
Vivid View.
Say and do.
Okay. Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles as displayed on the screen. You're welcome again.
Thank you very much.
Your perspective on this subject matter, please.
When we look at law and policing, firstly, we need to know that law is as old as man. Law is as old as man. So law was given to regulate the affairs of man. You know, when man came into existence, when God created man, the first thing God did was to give an instruction, which is law. The law given is to regulate the affairs of men. So when we look at law, imagine it with policing. When you make law, it is very difficult for people to obey the law. Because when God even created man, we found out that even man went against the laws of God. For the law to be properly enforced and implemented, there is need for the police to have a role in the society. Now, the function of the police is to make sure that to enforce the laws that has been given in the society, the law that has been made in the society. So the law on its own is made by the government, and the police, as an agent of government, is there to enforce, to make sure that this law that have been made, they are there to carry out, to enforce it, to see that the citizens obey the law.
All right, thank you so much. So thank you so much for that beautiful answer given. What are the relevant laws guiding the conduct of policing?
The relevant laws guiding the conduct of police in Nigeria is, first of all, we have the Nigerian Constitution, and we have the Police Act. Now, the Nigerian Constitution provided for the fundamental rights of citizens, and the Nigerian Constitution also establishes some agencies of the federal government, like the executive arm of government, the legislature, and the judiciary. Now, looking at the Police Act, the Police Act is the law that regulates the affairs of police in Nigeria. The Police Act actually states the role and functions of police. Now, according to the Police Act, we will find out that one of the functions of the police is to maintain law and order in the society. So if there is chaos, there is trouble, there is problem in the society, like for instance, there is riot, what the police does is that they go to those places and they ensure that there is peace to restore order back to those places. And one of the functions of the police, they have the functions to arrest. For instance, when a person commits a crime or commits an offense in the society, when a person goes against the law of the land, what we do is that we report to the police for the police to actually arrest the person and do investigation. And most times, police actually prosecute in court.
Yeah.
So these are the functions of police in the society. And in doing this, the police must ensure that they don't infringe on the fundamental rights of citizens, because as a citizen of Nigeria, you have your fundamental rights.
Yes.
In as much as you are being reported to police or you have been suspected to have committed an offense, it doesn't relegate your rights in the society. We have our fundamental rights, like the Constitution stated the rights of citizens in the society. One of the rights citizens have is the right to life, the right to dignity of human person. So in these cases, once a police arrest, the function of the police is to arrest and investigate. While doing this, they must ensure that they don't go against the rights of the citizens, which is the right to dignity of human person. You don't torture the suspect. You don't beat him up, because once you start doing that, you are going against
infringing their rights,
the rights of the person. And that is why we have, in most cases, we have cases of fundamental breaches in the society.
So there is no perfect marriage, but we have patient couples. And so we must learn to understand each other and be patient with each other.
Their private part ends here. They don't know here is also part of it.
The last administration, we celebrated the production of pencils. What a shame, giant of Africa.
Welcome back. Still discussing the law and policing, the pros and cons. I really want to ask, are police supposed to shoot? Do they have that right? Is it in their law that they should shoot?
Naturally, police are not expected to shoot at citizens, but there are some exceptional circumstances where the police can shoot. For instance, let me give you an instance where a police can shoot. Instance where a person is trying to escape a lawful custody, a prisoner who has been convicted by a court and is in prison and is trying to escape from prison, the police can shoot. And another instance where the police can shoot is when in the scene of a crime, where maybe, for instance, robbers are in an environment committing an offense and they feel that their lives are being threatened, that their life are being threatened for self-defense.
Because they have arms too.
Yes.
Robbers have arms.
Yes.
Okay.
For self-defense purposes, the police can shoot to protect themselves.
Okay.
But naturally, police are not expected to shoot at citizens.
But how come now do we have police shooting people indiscriminately? They do. You know, sometimes when I was growing up, my father was an ex-serviceman, so he told us that police, most cases, are permitted, if this case is come around, to shoot if they want to make arrest and somebody is running. Stop, refuse. Target the leg, not the head. But nowadays, they will target the head and the person dies on the spot. That's wrong. Because the person doesn't have arm. If he has arm, as you said now, that's a difference, for defense. If you shoot somebody who has arm on the leg, now you use hand now to shoot back, isn't it? But this one, you're talking about the civilian running away, not arm. You shoot to kill. And said he was running, so I shot him. Now we can also hear cases where give me 20,000, you no give, you shoot. So these are law they are breaking. And they're supposed to maintain law and peace. What do you think? So what do you say about that?
You know, in recent times, it has come up several times in the society where we have police brutality,
Yes.
police going against their role as police, going above their legal living rights, and that's why we had the NSAS protest
Yes.
in 2020.
Taking
This-
laws into their hands,
putting
just
into
like
their
that.
hands,
For
yeah.
at least any single small provocation, they shoot and kill.
So it is wrong. Police shouldn't brutalize citizens. They shouldn't shoot at citizens. But in the society now, it's a recurring something that
Incident, yes.
recurring incidents that happen over every time. So that's why we had the NSAS protest, and it is alarming. It's a serious problem. It is not within the ambit of police power to shoot at citizens. I just gave you the instance where they can shoot, but the police cannot. They don't.
Outside that, they shouldn't. They were
Shouldn't.
one. You know, and police will do their own. Army will call us bloody civilians, and they will shoot as if we're not human beings because they are in uniform. They will shoot. They will kill anytime. It's wrong. Let them obey the law
Yes.
that they want us to obey. They should obey their. Then we civilians will also try to obey ours. And if there's any breach in the laws,
Yes.
they should do the right thing. Because taking life is the worst thing. Once you take life, it's gone. The person is
Yeah,
gone.
it's
It's
gone.
gone. It cannot be brought back. And what we are saying is, please, police to listen us, guiding us. Yes, we will try as civilians to obey the law. But if there's any little breach, do not kill. Do use other means to correct. We are willing to take to correction than this killing, because the brutality is becoming too much and killing. That's not what it's supposed to be. But I will take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. Still discussing the law and policing, the pros and cons. Okay, how do we now curb crime within the ambit of the law?
How we can
Curb it, yeah.
how we can curb crime within the ambit of the law.
Yeah.
Firstly, when there is a law that prohibits an act in the society, as like I said earlier, the function of the police is to enforce the law. So one of the ways we can curb crime in the society is by, once a person has broken the law, is for the arrest of the person, investigation and prosecution.
Yes.
Once those people are being
So it can serve as deterrent to others too, yes.
So once they are being prosecuted and they go to jail, other people will have to take caution. They will be cautioned and they will. So that's the ways we can
Curb crimes.
curb crimes.
All right. Again, how do we now strengthen our laws to have professional policing?
Before we can,
The laws are there, but
Yes.
enforcement
yes,
and implementation most times is the
like
problem we have.
Police is an agent of the federal
Government, of course.
Police, to me, I believe policing shouldn't be just the responsibility of the federal government
Alone.
alone.
Should be everyone.
Yeah, the state should also have a say. For instance, now we now have situation where in some states there is state policing. The state are now
Empowered somehow.
and to bring in their own police. So, firstly, they must have local government autonomy.
That will be
Yeah,
helpful.
yes, the House of Assembly, every House of Assembly needs to pass a bill. They need to vote for local government. The local government will have autonomy because policing should start from the local level,
Yeah.
and every state must
From
try as
grassroots, yeah.
every state must try as possible to bring in state police. And for these people, for these state police to perform very well, the local government needs to have autonomy so that they can regulate them from the local government level.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be just the business of the federal government alone. The states also should also have a say in policing.
So that's one of the ways we can strengthen our laws.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. I think they have been, agitating for that for a long time. Some states.
For instance, in Lagos State voted against local government autonomy. They voted against it in the House of Assembly. They voted against local government. But I believe for us to have an effective policing,
There
it
should
shouldn't
be that.
be just the business of the federal
Federal
government.
government
The
alone.
states need to come into play too.
Well, we do not know the reason why they voted against it, but I also believe that who are these people at all? The those in the villages, those that are the people we refer to most times, and they need this guy. They need this leadership from the local government. Yes, so I think they should review that so that they pass it into a law or bill that every state should have their policing. I think that would be right to also help. Then finally, what are now the pros and cons of the law and policing? So that's what we're discussing. The advantage and disadvantage. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Let us take the advantages of the law and policing. Before the emergence of the society, before the social contract theory, we realized that the society was survival of the fittest. Life was it was survival. There was no law. It was survival of the fittest. By strength, people who survive by strength. Now, you now came together and said no. The people came together and said no.
If I big pass you, you're a gunner.
Yes, the people came
perhaps
together.
try more than you. That's all.
The people came together and said no. We can't continue like this. That we need to protect the weak among us.
Exactly.
So let us surrender all our powers. Let us surrender all our powers and embed it on a person that will regulate it on our behalf. So the person will make law on our behalf and enforce the law, and so that we can have peace. So when they surrender that will to the government now make law and they enforce the law. So by virtue of this, we have peace. People can go about their businesses without fear of intimidation. So the weak among us feel protected. If someone comes to you, threatening you, you can go to the police and report. And so that is one of the advantage we have by effective policing in the society.
I like that word, effective policing. Okay, that's good.
In the society.
Yeah.
So that is the advantage actually. But look, the advantage is that the police they are going ultra vires of their power. They are going above their legal given power. For instance, you see on the police, actually their function is to maintain law and order. That's the primary function of the police. But when you go to checkpoints, the police now use it as a means to extort people in the streets. You see them, they stop bus and they want to give me 15 naira, give me 20 naira. If you don't give me money, you will not go. All these are one of the disadvantages we see in the society. And most times police just kill. They kill people based on the basis of the fact that they are police. They can just kill you, they beat you up, roughly. So it's one of the disadvantages we face. Like for instance, this election so far, the police, they were actually biased in the sense that they didn't protect the citizens, which is their responsibility as police officers. Or like my own polling unit where I went to vote, we see a lot of violence. So the police should be there. They should be the people actually controlling the affairs of the election. But what we see was total opposite of. So the police have actually gone ultra bias of their power. They have gone above the powers given to them by the law. So it's a problem to society. And one of the ways we can solve this problem is for us to have adequate police reform. That was the essence of the reason we had the last protest, the NSAS protest. People were crying for reform. So that one of these reform is that if the police go against their powers as police officers, they should actually be prosecuted. They should be prosecuted. For instance, a police who is supposed to maintain law and order and on the streets extorting people, that's a criminal offense. It's a criminal offense. Such police officers should actually be suspended by the Police Service Commission and be prosecuted. So that is the only way we can curb these excesses, the problems we are facing in the society. That the excesses of the police is through proper police reform.
Not only police. I want to even extend to almost all the uniform men. Is it soldier? Is it navy? Is it what? Just name them. Once they are on that uniform, they feel they are God. They look at us as commoners, real commoners. What I had used the word before, common civilian. They look as if we don't have life that they have, not
Yes.
because they're on that uniform. I don't know, so most that the public is just respecting the gown they wear. Probably respect the office they occupy and their uniform. That's why you can just come and start beating. You see one checked policeman fighting a giant just because he's wearing. Then will just be, accepting you because he doesn't want to fight because you are a government, property, so to say, at that particular time. So police and the people you also police, we should work together. We should work together, do your work properly, and we were also trying to obey the law of the land. Nobody should really be above the law. Like you said, if any police that is found wanting should be prosecuted, should be punished. It's also serve deterrent to other policemen. That for the fact that you're a policeman or you're a uniform man does not mean you take laws into your hands.